Heinous scandals that were covered up. Golden age of Hollywood. Do you know the terrible reality behind the gloss and glamour of Hollywood's golden age? From mysterious deaths and reported murders to illicit affairs and scandalous abuses of power, these shocking facts will have you wondering everything you thought you knew about the stars of the silver screen. Join us as we dig into the scandals that were meticulously covered up during Hollywood's most glamorous era. Judy Garland. Those who have seen the new Judy Garland biopic starring Renee Zellweger may be surprised to witness Judy as a child star being emotionally and physically mistreated by her studio head. But what happened to Judy in real life was far worse than what is depicted in the film. Judy was mistreated beginning at the age of 11 when she signed with MGM Studio president Louis B. Mayer after he saw Judy singing with her sisters. Mayer was solely interested in Judy. He obtained her by coercing her father with financial inducements and then used the youngster as a glorified apprentice. Judy was allegedly placed under 24-hour observation. A stern, Hitlerian chaperone accompanied her everywhere, even the restroom, to ensure she didn't fall into the wrong company. But it was her strict weight control regime that made Judy the most mistreated child in American movie history. Judy was put on diet medications when she was 12 years old. She was not restrained from eating anything that youngsters like. In Judy's biopic, we witness how she was not permitted to enjoy cake on her own birthday. Mayer continued reminding Judy of how overweight she was, despite the fact that Judy was a thin, underfed, near anorexic youngster who needed a burger or a cola, pleasures that were firmly and even abusively denied to her. If she violated the diet rules, she faced immediate expulsion from the MGM roster. Judy spent her adolescence as a terrified, overworked MGM employee with no clue of her earnings and no awareness of her desires, thanks to the MGM boss himself. The conduct was clearly abusive and symptomatic of how youngsters are handled in the entertainment business across the world. Amol Gupte, a filmmaker who has collaborated closely with children's organizations to safeguard children from abuse at work, asserts that the system is to blame. Everyone, even the parents, is a victim. The government must implement laws against the forced labor of minors. That law is currently in effect. According to the legislation, children cannot shoot for more than 5 to 12 hours for TV serials or films. But how many people actually follow this rule? More has to be done to make them feel at ease. The workload for children must be determined by those who force them to work. No legislation can compel an individual's conscience. Natalie Wood. Natalie Wood perished off the shore of Catalina Island 40 years ago. Authorities ruled her death an accident, ruling that the 43-year-old actress of West Side Story, who couldn't swim, had been drinking the night before she was discovered floating face down in the ocean waves. Her death has been a Hollywood mystery, the subject of tabloid conjecture, TV specials, and books debating whether she was murdered. A decade ago, the hypothesis sparked widespread interest. Los Angeles County Sheriff's officers revived the inquiry in 2011, 30 years after Wood's death. In 2013, county coroner's authorities revised Wood's death cause from accidental drowning to drowning and other undetermined factors. Fresh bruises on the actress's wrists and knee, as well as a cut on her neck and a scrape on her forehead, were noted in the new coroner's report as proof indicating she was attacked before drowning. The new investigation also noted conflicting statements regarding when Wood vanished, if she had clashed with her husband, actor Robert Wagner, who was on board the 60-foot yacht where she was last seen alive on November 28, 1981, along with her co-star in the film Brainstorm, Christopher Walken. Authorities said the three actors had supper at Doug's Harbor Reef restaurant 2 hours before her death and then went to the boat, nicknamed the Splendor, where they drank and Walken and Wagner argued. Wood went missing about midnight, according to the latest study, and an investigation of her stomach contents put her death around that time. According to the report, Wagner made a radio call at 1:30 a.m. to report her missing. Roger Smith, the LA County rescue boat captain, who assisted in retrieving Wood's corpse, said he did not receive a call to seek for her until 5 a.m. The first investigation concluded that Wood's body had been injured when she fell off the boat and fought to extricate herself from the sea into a rubber dinghy, the side of which had scratch marks consistent with that notion. However, coroner investigators observed in the 2013 report that nail clippings were not retrieved from Wood's body to ascertain if she had caused the scratch marks, and the dinghy was no longer accessible for examination. The coroner believes Wood drowned shortly after entering the water. After the inquiry was reopened, more than 100 people contacted authorities. According to detectives, however, it became evident that the fresh investigation did not produce a significant break in the case. Some officers suspected Wagner knew more about Wood's death than he let on, an accusation the actor's counsel refuted. No charges were ever brought, and the agency has stated that it is unsure whether a crime was committed. George Reeves. George Reeves, well remembered for his role as Superman in the 1950s TV program Adventures of Superman, died of a gunshot wound on June 16, 1959. While his death was officially considered a suicide, there have been suspicions and rumors that he was murdered. Tony Mannix, who was having an affair with Reeves and married Eddie Mannix, a major person and vice president of MGM, was alleged to be implicated in the book Hollywood Kryptonite by Sam Kashner and Nancy Schoenberger. Eddie Mannix was known to have mafia links, fueling allegations of foul play. Tony Mannix allegedly confessed to a priest that she was responsible for Reeves' death, but her testimony is being challenged owing to Alzheimer's condition, making it impossible to determine. To this day, the circumstances surrounding George Reeves' death are contested and contentious. While the suicide conviction remains, murder hypotheses continue to fascinate and enthrall Hollywood fans. Alfred Hitchcock. During their collaboration on the films The Birds and Marnie, Alfred Hitchcock allegedly stalked and harassed actress Tippi Hedren. Hedren has spoken out about the events, exposing alarming facts regarding Alfred Hitchcock's actions. Hitchcock, according to Hedren, was possessive and dominating. He prevented other actors from touching her and would stare her down if he caught her chatting with another man. Hitchcock even had her handwriting evaluated to guarantee she wasn't seeing anybody other than Hitchcock. Hitchcock broke other lines, such as entering Hedren's dressing room without permission and forcefully groping her. According to Hedren's accounts, there's a pattern of compulsive conduct and harassment. As a result of these allegations, some individuals have avoided seeing Hitchcock's works. The disclosures concerning Hitchcock's behavior against Tippi Hedren have added a dark chapter to an already complicated career. What are your thoughts on these hidden scandals from Hollywood's golden age? Share your opinions in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell. We have a great trove of exclusive content just for you.